Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and I've got something of an announcement today. We have some exciting news, especially for anyone wondering when non-Hololive content would be returning to the channel. The answer is now, though it might not be exactly what you're waiting for. I mean, a lot of you are waiting on the series reactions. Those will not be returning just yet. I don't quite have a plan for that at the moment, though I haven't seen anything, if you're wondering. I'll just get that right out of the way. I haven't seen any of the series that I was watching before. So it is officially on hold, though no, actual, I don't know when it's actually going to be returning. But what is returning today is reaction requests, like I used to do Patreon before. Yeah, if you recall, I had a Patreon, or I still have a Patreon. I mean, you can still join my Patreon and support me monthly, and I appreciate the support that I do get there. But I used to have a tier where you could request a video. That has since been closed, but I am going to be opening up for requests again, though it's no longer on Patreon. Now we're going through PayPal. Though I may add other options. I know there are other sites that you can use to get money and get payment from people. I think I've heard of Cash App and a couple others. I don't really know much about them, though. I've used PayPal for well over a decade now, and I haven't really had any cause to look at anything else. So that's what we're using starting out. Though you guys, you can tell me what you want, and I'll be definitely down to look into alternatives if you would like to see that added. Yeah, the whole idea here is that you make a direct payment this time instead of a monthly recurring payment, and you get a request for that direct payment, and it's added to a list, and I react to those videos in the order that I receive the requests. So it's a bit different than Patreon. It doesn't have that monthly recurring aspect, which is really the reason that Patreon requests became a problem for me, is because I just felt like I was constantly under the pressure of getting a set number of videos reacted to within the space of a single month. With this method, it's more at my pace, so I can react to videos as they come, and there's not really as much pressure on me to just get so much done within such a short span of time. Yeah, that's how that's going to work. I have a document in the description of this video. It'll be in the description of every single video I post going forward. I'll bring that up here for now so we can take a look. But this tells you everything you need to know. It has the link to the PayPal where you can send me the money. When you do send the money, be sure that you include a note with the name of the video. Otherwise, I won't know what you want me to react to. Don't just send the money. That's not going to work. I mean, I guess I could email you at that point and ask for clarification of what you want. But it's easier if you just send a note along with the money that you send to tell me what you want me to see. Pricing is a bit different than before. I mean, before with Patreon, everything was $20. We had a $20 tier. But because of how this works, I'm able to implement more of a sliding scale effectively. So, yeah, you can pay a little bit less for videos 10 minutes or under. Those will cost $10. Still $20 for videos 20 minutes or under. $30 for 30 or under, and so on. I mean, if you want to request a 50-minute video, it'll cost you $50, but I am willing to do it. There is no upper cap officially, though. I mean, you got to be realistic there. I'm not going to react to a 10-hour video, probably. I mean, if you have the money for it, maybe I will. Maybe I will. I'm crazy enough to try, I guess. But I guess we'll approach that if I ever come to it. But yeah, you send the money in the note, and if everything is correct, your video will be added to the request list below, which is here. It's currently empty because there haven't been any requests yet, but it will fill up. Though please note that, yeah, a single person is only allowed one request on the list at a time. This is to keep it from getting clogged all by the same person. I'm sure you understand that there. So yeah, but until your request is filled, you will not be allowed another request. just keep that in mind. They will be fulfilled in the order they are received. I believe I already said that, but if I didn't, I mean, it's there. But yeah, we're not going to be skipping around. I will be going in the order the requests are received. So you always will know your place. You can always look at this request list when it fills up, and you will always be able to tell where you are in line and when your request is coming. So yeah, that should work pretty well. It will be at my own pace, as I said. Though if you ever feel it's taking too long, you are able to request a refund. I will be happy to issue refunds for that, or basically any reason. I mean, if I've already recorded the video, then I may tell you no, I'm not going to give a refund. But other than that, I'm not really sure why I would refuse. So yeah, we'll just send the money back to whatever email address you used to send it in the first place. Because yeah, I can do that with PayPal. And yeah, you're allowed to swap out requests if a few weeks after you make the request, it still hasn't been fulfilled, and you decide you want a different video, you can tell me, and I will gladly swap it out and put the new thing on the list in place of the other one. Here are some video request rules. It's basically the same as it was with Patreon. Got to be appropriate for YouTube, but nothing just really that's going to get me in trouble, nothing illegal. Got to follow those terms of service. Also keep copyright in mind. Avoid requesting things that will obviously get me in trouble. And be prepared that I may have to upload it to somewhere else, like BitChute or wherever, if there are copyright issues. This is not intended for film reactions or TV reactions, anything from like Netflix as well. It should be web content, free web content specifically. And do keep that in mind. And yeah, do not, under any circumstances, request a video from a creator who has publicly stated that they do not approve of reaction videos. That's very important to keep in mind. You may not know, and in such cases, I mean, there's not really much I can do other than I'll have to remove the video. So be prepared for that. And yeah, I may refuse a request and ask for an alternative if it's something I've already seen, obviously. I mean, if I've already seen the video, I'll have to tell you and ask for something else. That's pretty straightforward. I also may refuse a request for any other reason, if it's something I just don't want to see. I'm not really sure of many cases that were... I'm not really sure of many circumstances where that would be the case. But, I mean, it is something that I have to add just in case that does arise for whatever reason. But I doubt that'll be a problem. In cases where additional information or discussion is required, I will reach out to you via email, because, I mean, your email is how you send the money via PayPal, so I will have that. And if I do not receive a response, then I'll just return the money. If you'd instead like to contact me before, you can do so on this document. I think you can leave comments on any sort of Google Doc, so just leave comments on this one. Or you can put it in a YouTube video and I'll probably see it, though if I don't, that could be a problem. If I don't see it and you're still left wondering, or if you would like privacy as said here, then you can always just email me. This is the email that I have public. It's on my YouTube page. It's the Business Inquiries one, and you can just send if you want to discuss anything here, send it to that email, and that should help me clarify whatever questions you have. Yeah, that's the basic rundown. I think that's really all I needed to show there. But yeah, that pretty much covers it, actually. You can request... it's very similar to how Patreon worked before. Same sort of videos. You can request anything that follows the rules that I read before. So it could be YouTube videos, music. The music could very well, and often did, end up being something that I had to upload on like BitChute. You can request anything. I mean, any sort of content, anything that I was doing on Patreon. It could be pony stuff, it could be Hololive stuff. I mean, even though I'm going to still be doing Hololive stuff on my own terms, I'm going to still keep the Hololive uploads regular on the channel. That's still going to be the through line that's going on alongside these requests. But even though that is the case, if you have a specific Hololive video that you want me to see, you could request it this way, just so I for sure get to it. Or you could request other VTuber stuff. I currently don't really have any plans to explore the other agencies, but if you are a big VShojo or Niji Sanji fan and want me to react to that stuff, this is a method that will allow you to make that happen. And it could be related to anything that I was reacting to before. I mean, try not to spoil me, that's the other thing. Like, I still haven't seen any of the series that I was reacting before. I dropped them all, or I didn't drop them all, I put them on hold. They're all on hold right where I left them. So try not to spoil me on any of that stuff, but if it's something related to what I've seen before, then that's fair game. Like anything pony related is fine if you want to bring that back. It could be just about anything. So, just request whatever you want, and it should be fine. Other than that, to get into more general updates, as said, the Hololive content is going to continue alongside this stuff, and that's, for now, what we're going to get. Series reactions, I do want to get to them eventually, but I don't really have a plan for that at the moment. If you're kind of wondering about where I'm at with everything right now, well, to get into the full story, we kind of have to go back to, I think, the tail end of 2019 is when things kind of took a turn for me, and I can't really get into why. I don't really like to talk about personal stuff, but something changed for me which made it so that I can no longer really record videos when I want to record them, which is during the day and not like early in the morning or late at night, which are my only options right now, or on Saturday. I mean, I pretty much have all of Saturday, but that became a problem because I just ended up relying on that too much, and when I put everything onto a single day, then it just ends up being this source of big anxiety, so that didn't really work. But, things changed. I no longer could react to stuff or record videos or even stream during the times where I would like to. So, when that happened, it kind of exacerbated, I think, the burnout that I was already feeling. I mean, if that didn't happen, I probably could have continued even with the burnout, because I could just put it off to the hour where I was able to at least look at it. But because that happened, it just sort of exacerbated the burnout that I was already feeling, and things just sort of went off a cliff a little bit, I feel. And what made it worse is the summer of last year when my air conditioner broke, and for 3 months I was basically not even living in my room. I didn't even sleep in my room. And I definitely wasn't able to record anything. And it was actually kind of nice. I kind of realized, I think at that point, that I was pretty burnt out and not really enjoying the channel anymore, because the alternative actually came as a welcome one to some extent. But at that point, I realized the problem with Patreon, and I realized that I definitely needed to stop that and finish up all the requests that I had from that and sort of end it. And I immediately came up with the PayPal alternative, but initially I kind of hinged it on first going through series requests. Or not series requests, series reactions. I kind of felt like that was the more pressing thing, was catching up on that, because I had those 3 months off, and I ended up sort of falling behind. So at first when I came back, I tried to do like 3 episodes at a time, But that was a big mistake. That was never going to work, because when I make the videos longer, even though it's not a big deal to sit in the chair and react to videos for an additional 22 minutes or whatever, making the videos longer makes everything else just so much more excruciating, especially like uploading it to other sites. Just other sites do not want to comply, and it's really, really just agonizing trying to get these other sites to work with me, and spending hours waiting for stuff to upload and having to re-upload and just nothing coming out on time. It really is maddening, and just it made the whole process of uploading and working on series reactions just not fun for me, and I didn't want to do it. And that compiled with the fact that the more that I didn't do it, the more sort of built up, the more that there was for me to react to, the more series came out and series resumed, and it just felt like this pile was building up to the point where I didn't even really want to look at it anymore. And I'm kind of still there. I still just feel like whenever I think about series reactions, like there's just so much that I don't really want to do it. That's not to say that it's canceled forever, though. I think, I mean, things might change at any given time. And if they do, then my schedule might open up to where I'm able to react to them again. Because I would like to. I'd like to continue all that stuff. I was really enjoying a lot of it. And I'd love to get that back on the channel. Though, yeah, at the time when I came back after that 3-month absence, I did hinge the return of reaction requests through the new PayPal strategy on me catching up with series requests, or not, I keep saying requests, but series reactions. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I've decided that was a mistake, because it's just so much more the daunting thing, the series reactions. And there's really no reason that the reaction requests should have to hinge on that, on me actually doing that. I think, because, yeah, I think that really just sort of ended up slowing the channel down more than it had to. Because when I stopped doing the series reactions, when that sort of died, so did activity on the channel for a long time, until I sort of came back and made a hard push with the streaming, which I was encouraged to do because I had been watching a lot of streaming videos, Hololive namely, and I was really encouraged to try streaming more, and I had always enjoyed the streaming in the past, and I did. I enjoyed the streaming. I enjoyed every aspect of that, and I probably could have continued that, other than for the fact that I kind of started to develop some weird anxieties about it. I don't know. I do intend to continue streaming, especially the reaction streams. I want to bring those back. But I just kind of got in my head about everything else. Like, I don't know if I was really good at it. Like, it was fun. I enjoyed, like, streaming with, like, friends and stuff and playing all sorts of games, but I don't know if I was really good at streaming. Or if it was really engaging people. It just kind of felt like I wasn't necessarily. And I don't really know if there was like a big return on the time that I was putting into it. So I just sort of started having all these thoughts, and there were some other things happening that kind of made me feel a bit anxious, and that sort of led to my retreat again, until I came back with the Coco unboxing. And that kind of convinced me to give a hard push with the Hololive stuff. And the thought there was, because I've been burnt out for so long, to sort of return to my roots a bit. Because when I started the channel, when I first got this going, really all I was doing was reacting to videos related to the thing that at the time I was the most into, which was MLP. I was just really into MLP, the fandom, and, well, I wasn't really into the fandom, but I wanted to, like, get more into the fandom. That was kind of the point. I wanted to enjoy that conversation and see more fan content and just see more pony stuff and enjoying everything together with people who also enjoyed it. So, yeah, the thought now is to do that, but with Hololive, because, I mean, I still like ponies, but it's been a couple years since the show ended now, and I gotta say, I mean, it'd be a lie to say I'm as into it now as I was then. I mean, time has passed, it's ended. I'm not really hyped for Gen 5. I haven't been following that. Ponies, at this point, is just another series that, yes, I really enjoyed, but it's not something where I would really keep the channel going by watching content related to it, even though I know there is still fan content being made. I don't really feel like it would be fun for me to go directly back there for content. But Hololive is the thing that currently I am very much just really, really into. So that's kind of been where I've gone to for content, and it's been successful. I mean, it is noticeable that I don't think you guys are as there for it as you were with some other things. But that's fine. I mean, I have a subscriber base, an existing subscriber base, who, of course, have joined at different times and have liked different content that I've done. So I'm never going to please everyone at this point. But I'm glad that at least some people are there for the Hololive stuff and have been enjoying that, because I think it's important for me to do that and sort of kind of recapture the spark as much as I can. And that's really what that's all about, and that will continue, as I've said multiple times now. Going to keep the Hololive content as it is. Probably going to have a Hololive content. Going to try and put Hololive content at least, like, I mean, maybe it'll be a bit less, because currently I've been trying for like 5 or 6 uploads a week, all Hololive. So maybe it'll be like 3 a week that are Hololive, and I'll just fill in the gaps with request videos. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know how many requests I'm going to get out of the gate. I mean, the channel's been largely inactive for a while now, so I doubt we'll be quite where we were with Patreon when I left that off. Yeah, the Hololive stuff will continue, and that'll continue to be a big feature on the channel, because I've really been enjoying that stuff, and it's something that I enjoy a lot in my own time, and it's just this conversation that I really want to be a part of. Even if I kind of feel sometimes like maybe my existing branding kind of maybe holds me back a little bit with that kind of stuff. I mean, people see the pony and everything and still think it's a pony channel. And I mean, I still will react to pony stuff if it comes around and you guys request it, but yeah, I do kind of wonder sometimes about stuff like that. But anyway, that about covers everything I wanted to say here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I would love any feedback on this stuff you think I should add to the document, maybe. Anything, just let me know, and I'll consider it. And yeah, thanks for being here. Really gotta say that. I'm glad that I still have fans even after all this inactivity. Hopefully things, I think this should help me get things back on track, because I do take it seriously when people like actually give me money for something. I do gotta make sure that I actually get to it. So I think this should actually help me feel encouraged to actually keep uploading on a regular basis. Because I mean, the Hololive stuff is self-motivating because I just enjoy it so much. But even then, there are these periods where I don't upload anything just because I'm not feeling particularly motivated. I mean, if it's stuff I'm mostly doing for me, then I feel comfortable just not doing it and putting it off for another day. But if it's a video that's been requested by someone, then I gotta do it. I gotta actually do it. So I think this will help keep the content actually coming at a reliable pace again, which is really what I want. I want to keep this. I want this channel where it's uploading something every single day. Except I think I will continue to give myself Sunday off at least. So maybe 6 days a week we'll have uploads. That's where I want to be. That's where I really want to be, and I think this will help me get there. Though I guess we'll see. We'll find out soon enough. Anyway, all I got to say today, hope you, I don't know if you really enjoyed this video. This isn't really a video about that, but thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.